My biggest fear would be when the first comes and I don't get the rent.
I found that my tenant had dumped concrete down my toilet. Can you believe Fair Housing fined me $5,000 for that?
How do you onboard your tenants? What do you do?
I don't even know if I do it right. If you're a landlord, don't just rent, rent perfect. The Rent Perfect podcast with property expert and private investigator, David Pickron.
Well, as you can tell, I'm not David Pickron. My name is Scott Aubrey, and I'm helping to co-host today, or I'm hosting. I'm hosting two of my favorite people in the world. So excited to be with David Pickron today. Everybody knows David really well, and Presley, David's baby girl.
I'm glad to be over here, but it's a little nerve-wracking because I now know how you usually feel.
See? Because
you're going to ask me a question. I got to come up with the answers
right
on the fly. And then I got my little girl here, and that's going to be a little emotional for me. So thanks, Scotty.
That's awesome, though. We're so excited to meet with Presley today, and I'm going to ask her a couple questions here in a few minutes as we talk about generational investing and training the next generation on how to be investors. But one of the things I love in your family is Pickron Inc. So give me Presley, you want to give me the background on Pickron Inc.?
Yes, so that is our family's group chat name, and it came from the idea of giving to the family instead of taking. We all can have our own thing going, and sometimes one of us might be busy, and we're always just reaching out to see how we can help each other and how we can contribute to the family to make it stronger and just kind of grow our connection and time together, but still kind of have that like background knowledge that we can grow like together.
I love that. Love it. Anything, David, on that?
Well, as kids are younger, it's always me. What can you do for me? What can, can I go here? Can I go there? And then we got to the point in our family where we all kind of got to 17, 18 years old, and we said, hey, we're done being kids. Let's see what we can now give to the family. Let's see what we can give to each other. And so we named our little family text, our little company name, Pickron Inc.
It's a not-for-profit corporation, right?
And it just makes us think of, what can we give instead of what can we take? So.
Yeah, for sure. Love it. So, Press, let's just jump right in. Give us a little background on give us a little background about you and kind of where you're at, what you're doing right now, and kind of where you're heading.
Okay, so I'm just now graduating esthetician school in the next week or two, so that's kind of what I've been doing. But within that time period, I kind of started to mess around with Turo.
Okay.
So a couple of our cars in our family we've put on, and I just help manage it and kind of get my foot in the door with that investment just because I'm still 19, so I'm kind of young with the whole VRBO and property type thing. But that's the goal. That's the path. So I just kind of started with Turo. And
so tell us a little bit about what Turo is, because maybe our listeners may not know about what Turo is.
So Turo is essentially VRBO, but for cars.
Okay.
So you can put your car on and you rent it, and it's kind of like the same process. So it's perfect for people who want to start investing just because it's not as like big as a VRBO, if that makes sense.
Right,
yeah.
Expensive.
It doesn't take as much
money.
money.
But it still is that same type of process. You buy something and you're making money with it it's just kind of a growing, and you wouldn't think a car you'd be able to make money off of it, right? You'd think it'd just be like a dead asset, but
no, I love it.
It's very fun. And then along with that, with my esthetician license, I'm kind of building my own little spa.
Okay.
So it's called Presley & Co.
Nice.
Company. So that's what I'm kind of doing, building that up, trying to get myself on my own time, my own schedule, my own boss, and manage my time and income and just start from there.
Yeah.
But Press, why wouldn't you just go work for somebody for $15 an hour? What have you learned in your life that says I really don't want to trade my time for that?
I know that if I can make more money, I can be on my own schedule. The connections I can make with it is just so much more of it's just like a whole bigger idea that sometimes people don't think. People think it's hard to do your own thing, and I've seen it with my own age group. And it is hard, don't get me wrong, but there's just so many benefits. And I've been working for that type of a job for 3 years now. I work off tips, and it's exhausting, and I could be doing put in the same effort and have an even better income and a better.
That's so true. My daughter's in the same field, and she's been on her own for about 6 or 7 months now, and she's never been happier.
Yeah,
so,
I'm super
and I think
excited.
the curse of having dads who do their own things, entrepreneurial dads, is you have entrepreneurial kids, right? So all my kids are, well, but my kids are all doing their own thing as well, and I love seeing that there is some struggle, there is a grind, but there is some major rewards that come back with time, and kind of that's what we'll talk a little bit about.
You know, Scotty, what I love about that, though, for them is they learned that if anybody's going to fire them, it's going to be themselves.
Yeah.
If they're going to fail, it's going to be their fault. They're going to take extreme ownership. I don't want to hear somebody at work making $10, $15 an hour complaining about their job and it's all in a long day. Take control. That's really what Presley's doing, is she's taking control of her life and controlling her time.
Yep.
And making money and doing that and taking it all on her own. And like you said, it's tough. There are days, I know, when I first started out that I was like, why am I doing this? I'm not going to make it. I was my worst enemy for a few days, like, oh, pity poor me. And then I had to pull myself. What are you doing? Go out and kick some butt, So you're going to have good days and bad days. I think Presley deals with that sometimes too. But that's all natural and all doing when you take control of your life. And
for sure, yeah. So question for you.
Yes.
And I'm gonna lump your mom and dad together because I know your mom's really the person behind the scenes that helps run things, right?
Yes.
But so when do you, if you have an earliest memory, but when did your dad and mom start talking about investments, or did they? Was there ever a formal thing, or was it just always part of the DNA of the family?
It's always just been part of the family. It's always like, this weekend we're gonna go to this rental and bust out this wall and redo the carpet and do this, or we're gonna go up to Payson and scout out some more properties that we can do. And it's just always. It's always been a family thing, I feel like. Even when I was little, I didn't drive. I would go with them, and I just remember just the whole process and them explaining to me that you can put money into things that wouldn't make you money, and you can put money into things that would make you money. And it's just, I'm really grateful for it, let's just say.
No, that's awesome.
Appreciating assets.
We love appreciating assets. So,
it is.
And I love too that you're going out and you're learning about investing, but you're also learning a skill set, like how to demo something, how to put new sinks in, how to do these type of things, right? Those are amazing skills to have. I know as we set our kids out into the world, those are the phone calls I get back sometimes from my kids. Are like, hey, Dad, how do you hang a picture? And then I kick myself. Like, I invited you to learn this 10 years ago. Now you're on your own. You're trying to figure it out. But that's awesome. Is investing kind of a dinner table topic? I mean, is there any getting away from it?
No, but our family isn't always about money.
Okay.
I think that sometimes when I talk to people about my family and like our group chat name, or they're like, your family's just a business, or your family just cares about money, like, no, not at all. And the reason why we make it such a priority is because we're able to have time. I play golf, so I just had a golf tournament, and because my family puts the priority of having time, so putting in that effort and having multiple incomes and all that kind of stuff, both of my parents, not just one, both of them were able to walk along all 3 days of a golf tournament, and golf tournaments are all day. It was 3 days of just no work, because I've seen my family and my parents put in that work and make those connections to have those multiple streams of income, that we care so much about investments and that kind of stuff because we want to have the experiences as a family.
Right.
And that is why it's just so important. And it is a dinner table topic. We're always talking about, okay, well, what is your plan? What can we help you with? What can we help you get to your goals? And I know my eldest brother, he's such a good example. He has a couple of rental homes. He has a beautiful family. And I know that my family's helped him get to where he is now. My other brother is starting law school, and we're helping him get to where he is. My family helps me a ton, especially with Turo. If I'm at work or golfing or whatever, they'll step in and they'll help me.
They'll drop the car off for you. That's nice, yeah.
They're very nice. So it is a dinner table topic. It's a text conversation topic, but it's always with the good intentions. It's never about, well, how much are you making? And this is all that matters. It's not that at all. If anything, it's for everyone's benefit. I
love that. No, not competition amongst the family. There's probably a little bit of that somewhere underlying, but it's healthy competition, right? But yeah, we're really just trying to help lift each other up, which is really what, I mean, being a family, that's what we're all about. Yeah. So. Yeah. Maybe my last question, one of the last two questions, golden nugget piece of advice, something that your dad says or has done that you look back to and go, yes, that's my kind of my North Star. That's what's going to guide me as I move along.
So a little background knowledge.
Sure.
I love nice things, and I don't know who doesn't, right?
I think we all like nice things, yeah.
And growing up, I always it was kind of funny because my parents just knew better than I did. And they finally told me, they're like, Presley, it's easy to make money, but it's hard to keep it. And without that knowledge, I'd go out with all this money and buy all the nice designer things, the nicest cars. And with that knowledge, I'm able to take the money that I'm earning and coming in, and I'm able to go take that money and make more money. So I keep that statement as just like my life mantra, just because it's so important. And I never really would think about it, but it's hard to keep money because you have money, you're like, oh yeah, I can just buy this or I can just buy that. But if you spend the money on a house or a Turo car or something like that, that's bringing back to you and benefiting you, I think that's so key.
Yeah.
I have a question, Scott.
Sure.
As a dad. Has your life always been perfect?
No. So I actually, I have my GED, and that was really hard because to most people are like, oh, you just dropped out of high school, and they didn't understand that. And that's kind of when my mentality changed and how I had to kind of have a direction. And I left for good reason. I left to go into college early to play a college sport. And with that also came maturity in the way that I have to start getting more income and that kind of stuff. So there are so many like bumps that you have to get over, and my life's not easy. Even yesterday, you even know at home, I'm like, I'm kind of sad today. But no, my life is definitely not easy. And having like just the knowledge that I'm gaining, and I'm still gaining, I'm only 19, is making it easier, but it's definitely not the easiest life or route.
So what would you tell parents who have 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that are growing up, that are watching this podcast? What would you tell them? What is your generation? What do they need from parents?
I'm a little worried for my generation because sometimes I notice that people aren't liking to have jobs or work. And the best thing that I've ever done for myself is getting a job. And you didn't even make me get a job. It was kind of a volunteer thing. That was the best thing. And I know it's hard for parents to be like, okay, now you're 16, get a job, and you need to have gas, because I know as we get older, people coddle their kids or, and I think working and getting knowledge, reading books, going to school and all that kind of stuff, just getting all the knowledge and using it for positive things and getting ahead and all that kind of stuff, it's so beneficial that I didn't even know when I was like 12 or 13 going to rentals with you would benefit me so much. But it really did, because now I can see like the positions I can put myself in, that kind of stuff, in my future family. So. Right.
Love it. Presley, you've been a great daughter.
We got a lot of golf to play together, so we need a little bit of free time, right? For sure. Okay, give me the 1 year outlook. Like, what's your next year look like? What are you going to try to do as far as building your business and kind of starting to do some investments as well?
So in the next 4-6 months after the summer, I'm probably going to purchase another Turo car.
Okay.
Just to build that little side hustle. I definitely see myself in the next 9 months to a year getting my first property. So that's super, super exciting. And it might be a rental property. It might be my first house with a husband. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what the road takes me.
Let's find the boy.
But no, but I'm super excited. And then, of course, growing Presley & Co. and getting all that clientele and getting out there. And so I'm super, super stoked.
Well, I'm excited to kind of have a side seat to this whole thing and watch this happen. I think it's going to be amazing to watch you kind of grow and blossom. And I'm telling you, you're impressive, right? As a young woman, you're impressive. As an investor, you're impressive. But I know as a daughter, daughters have a special place in Dad's hearts, and that you're impressive in all areas of life. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for being here with us. Any parting wisdom, Dad?
Watch this don't watch this on YouTube, because you're going to see a tear in my eye the whole time. Just listen to it on a podcast. You'll probably hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
I know that investors out there work hard, but I know really deep down inside we're doing it for our family. We really are doing it for our family. So I commend everyone who's taken that road, and I hope that your life is enriched with your investments, but the reality is I hope it's enriched with your family. And I know it is. And I'm just thankful everybody listens to our podcast. I'm grateful for Presley to come on at 19, rock this microphone and do such a good job at it, and thank her for that. And we might get one of my two boys on here one of the days, and we'll kind of go through the way they think and
love it
from there. But thanks again, Presley. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Press. Thanks, David. Guys, if you like this, if you want to get the update from the next family member, we always encourage you to click the link and subscribe. And until next time, we ask you to continue to rent perfect.